Are you ready to practice the art of making a genuine, intentional change? Welcome to the Magic is Messy podcast. Sisters and misters, witches and wizards, freaks, geeks, and magical peeps. Once again, you are here on the airwaves with Ace and Kitty.
Hello.
Yes, welcome back, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. We are honored and you are awesome. Today we're going to be talking about what the fuck is a witch. As promised in the last episode, we went over the acronym for magic, making a genuine intentional change. And the acronym for witch is something that is so part of my soul. Because when I think of the word witch, I think of what we were taught when we were children.
Yep.
So I want to start with Ace, as you are dipping your toe into the craft. What does a witch look, feel like for you?
So I think from the past, from when I was a kid, the witch was always the Wicked Witch of the West, right? Or the bad,
Dorothy?
Yes, the bad guy, Surrender, Dorothy.
Yeah.
Like that was always, the witch was always the one that ate the children in Hansel and Gretel.
Totally.
In the, you know, the cackling, like the Halloween version of
course.
witch, you know,
With the big nose, with the wart on it,
yes,
and all that jazz.
the green skin, you know, all of that. Little fact, you know that in the Wizard of Oz books, do you know the witch is not green?
Really?
No. So actually, MGM Studios, I'm a little bit of a Wizard of Oz fan. And the reason that the witch was green in the Wizard of Oz film is because MGM had just come out with Technicolor.
Yeah.
And
Ooh.
they wanted to show off. So
Show off with lead-based paint that almost killed her, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. So they showed off the green skin, and the ruby slippers were not supposed to be ruby. In the books, they are silver. Yep.
Shut the front door.
So the ruby slippers was a manifestation of MGM's pride.
That's cool.
Isn't that? It's very
cool. Not
yeah.
cool.
And
I mean,
I think
you
the
know,
Yellow Brick Road was always a thing, but I think they might have. But they really wanted to show off all
Show
those
off
bright
color.
colors. Anyway,
Of
so
course.
the green skin, the wart, the hooked nose, the cackling, the long fingernails, all of that. So that was always mine. And I think as I started to learn more about witches and as they are depicted in history, and then the victims, right? The burned, the hung.
Sure.
The witches.
And that is also an episode, like, what the fuck is the history of witches?
Yes.
Like, we will definitely be going into that.
Yes.
Absolutely be going into that.
We'll be filming from Salem. No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe one day. One day we're manifesting.
We're
Manifesting Salem trip.
That would be so amazing, though. But, you know, the victimized, the burned, the feared characters.
For sure.
The women who were burned and executed was ultimately... So that lots of negativity around being a witch.
Yes.
Lots of fear.
And you know, when you do look
almost.
at that, fear and shame. I do want to put that into the mix because, you know, the word witch strikes into the heart of me growing up. It was like, that's bad. That's of the devil.
Yeah, the bad guy.
Yeah. You're, oh my God, what a witch. She's such a witch. And now I'm like, call me that all day, yo.
You're like, thank you, actually.
But the witch trials weren't about magic. They were about the suppression of feminine power.
Yes, ma'am.
They were about punishing and controlling women that were not lining up with the patriarchy.
That's right.
And when you look at it in that sense, it's not about being a witch. It's about being an independent thinker.
Yep.
Right? It is about people and also wizards and, you know,
or people who can't be controlled.
Anyone who cannot be controlled, that are using their innate powers and intuition to make things happen.
Yes.
And using their intentions and using their innate skills and using their power to bend energy.
Yes.
And it scared the shit out of organized religion.
Yep.
And still to this day does.
I think so.
1,000%.
I want to say, though, as I grew older and they started showing more positive, and again, I'm going to go back to the media because I didn't realize as I was growing up that some of the things that I was drawn to or some of the things that I might even practiced might even be something that was well, I was intuitively taking care of myself as a child, growing up in a little bit of chaos, a lot of chaos. I was taking care of myself, and I didn't realize at the time that was magic. And now, as an adult, but I also remember the depiction of witches changing as we got older. So like Charmed, okay?
Oh, for sure.
Because the media was how I was able to connect with witches, because that's kind of where the fear started, right?
Sure.
So or the witch in the story, the lullabies we were told at bedtime,
Yeah,
But
Sleeping Beauty or Maleficent,
yes. Oh my gosh.
or the Evil Queen.
Yes.
Or, yeah.
Always. They always had witchy powers, didn't they? Oh my gosh, I didn't even include that we should put that character. We should put any Disney character on there. I didn't even think about Ursula
totally.
the Sea Witch.
Ursula the Sea Witch.
We have so many. I sent Kitty a whole bunch of images of some of the witches that I was influenced by, and I forgot to include every single Disney witch.
Yeah.
So we will be.
You included the craft. You included the charm.
I did.
You included all that.
Hocus pocus.
Yep. Practical magic.
But one of those things, as I was getting older and again understanding about the persecuted, the feared witches, I started to see the change in culture. Like one of the biggest things I think was like Buffy. I'm a huge fan of Buffy the Vampire Slayer television show.
Sure.
And there was a character in there that became a witch, but also her character was also became gay as well, lesbian. And so I believe that witchcraft was also used in that sense in the 90s and the early 2000s to signify a way of being or a truth about themselves.
Sure.
And so for these women to become witches, but also to become lesbians and realize that was their true self. And so it was such a cool perspective of going, this is who you truly are.
Yeah.
I think that was the healing moment for me to realize. And this character, if anyone is familiar, her name was Willow. And
do you remember?
She played by Allison Hannigan, the illustrious Allison Hannigan, who created this character. And even my very favorite season, because whenever you're a fan of a show, right, there's always, what's your favorite season? What's your favorite album? What's your favorite?
Of course.
Was season 6 when she went bad. And she was the bad one. So she was the bad witch.
Okay.
The dark witch. And watching how she got to that place and then ultimately how she came out of that place was incredible. Have you ever seen it?
I have not seen it in a
gosh.
long time, but now it makes me want to rewatch it.
All of it.
All of the things.
Every year, my husband and I were both huge
David
Buffy
Boreanaz.
fans.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Okay.
I mean, I'm more of a Spike person, but anyway, so because he's bad and real toxic and blonde. So anyway, but yeah, every year my husband and I around October we look at each other. We just look at each other and we just kind of hold each other's gaze and we go, "Is it time?" He goes, "It's time," and we start Buffy season 1 and we just
roll through.
We roll
rolling
through.
with the home.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So yeah,
That's
anyway,
a cute little tradition that I didn't know about you guys.
It is. It's super fun. I'll just look at him and he'll go, "Is it time?" It's time.
But I do want to go back to what you were saying about Willow.
Yeah.
How she was a good witch.
Yeah.
And in that story was a lesbian and knew that was her true
Spoiler
self.
alert. Sorry about
that. Damn it, now I don't need to watch the series. It's just crepes.
You just have to watch. You have to watch it. It's amazing. Anyway, go ahead.
But now what you're saying is that she intuitively was following the path that was right for her.
Right.
And that is what the acronym of witch truly has always meant to me, is a woman intuitively taking care of herself.
And in the story of Willow, of course, was ultimately to help Buffy,
Sure,
right?
yeah.
But ultimately to be true, taking care of herself in that being true to who
Because
she
you're
was.
more powerful when you take care of
Yes,
yourself.
yes. And
when
embracing her power,
And when
too.
you go back to the witch trials, the women that were burned and feared and, made to seem like they were Satanists or of the worst kind, so to speak, were the women intuitively taking care of themselves and also taking care of their village. They were the midwives. They were the apothecaries.
They were the
medicine
women.
the medicine women. They were the ones that took care of
The therapists.
the feminine
Yes.
side of their village, their area,
They
their
were
neighborhood,
They
whatever.
were the nurturers, the healers, the light workers.
Bingo. And those energies didn't fit into the constructs of what was going on at that time,
Right.
which is why the witch trials happened to begin with, right? But I want to go back to, and you can do this because we are very inclusive here at the Magic is Messy podcast.
Yes.
A wizard intuitively taking care of himself
Yep.
can also be a witch as well. Witches don't have to be feminine, masculine. They can be anything, anyone,
non-binary
anywhere.
pals.
And a witch is to me, take what you need and the rest you can leave, as always, dear listeners, right? Sisters, misters, diamonds, pearls, and all the boys and girls. When I say witch, it is not a religion. It is more of a mindset, right? Whereas Wiccan is a religion. Pagan is a religion.
Tell me more about Wiccan that you know of.
Well, to me, Wiccan is more like your seasonal-based type of a religion spirituality.
Okay.
Whereas a witch can practice a craft and practice a practice in whatever way, like, because there are Christian witches, there are Buddhist witches, there are green witches, there are hedge witches, there are music witches, there are sea witches, there are so many different witches.
There are sand witches.
Sand witches. Sand. Son of a bitch.
Sorry.
Good one. Good one.
Hey,
waka waka.
Where's the drummer where we need it?
There are. I was like, yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, there are.
Now I'm hungry.
But no, like the woman intuitively taking care of herself is pretty much the witch is utilizing your inner knowing to create space for devotional growing.
I love that.
That's how I've always looked at it.
And I think what we were talking about before we turned on the mic here is that to also recognize that I think you can practice some Wicca within.
Very much so.
Being a witch, but you don't have to necessarily adopt all of it or whatever.
Not all witches are Wiccan.
Right.
Are all Wiccans witches?
Yes. That's.
Is that true?
Maybe. I guess we're gonna
find out
today.
Because, when you look at Wiccan, it is kind of that idea of working along with nature-based ideals. You are healing, elemental. You are in the manifestation. You are into intuitive feminist empowerment. The goddess.
Yes.
That type of an energy.
I think a lot of witches can be spiritually gifted.
For
right?
sure.
Meaning they might have gifts, intuition, or I wish we could. Do you think there's telekinesis is a thing?
Of course it is.
Is it?
Of course it is.
Can you move this candle right now?
Hello, Matilda.
Is Matilda a witch?
Matilda was a telekinesis witch.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay, we have to add her picture too. I did not know.
There you go.
Okay, I learned something new.
But now when we're going back to what a witch can encompass.
Yeah.
What a witch contains. The word witch is so loaded.
It is loaded. I was just going to say that.
In both ways. Because if you think about the pendulum of the word witch, right? You have on one side of the pendulum, you have the mean, the old, the ugly, the cackling, the wicked, the evil, bringing harm or misfortune, the hag, the crone.
Yep.
You have those types of imagery.
Yep.
But on the other sense of it, you have are you a good witch or a bad witch? You have the beautiful witch, the one that is bewitching and enchanting and charming and captivating and alluring. And she put me under a spell.
Yes.
Right. So you have this pendulum, enchanting, like the sorceress enchantress type of an energy as well. So you have the pendulum swing when it comes to the word witch.
Can I just say something for one quick second? So as you're telling me this, I'm trying to think again in the media, and I'm always going to go back to the media because again, I'm going back to the old ways of thinking, and the media was always the way that I would think about this because I just didn't have any exposure to this other than what the media would have: books, movies, TV shows, music, whatever.
And I think that's where a lot of us learned.
I think so too. But can we just talk about very quickly about how very many times a good witch? Okay, I'm thinking about like for example. The one in the Beauty and the Beast. Remember, she comes to the door.
Of course.
And she offers him a rose and he throws it away and then she turns him into a beast, okay?
Yes.
Or the good witch in like, there's like a powerful golden being that has like witchy enchantress kind of in the Guardians of the Galaxy. Did you ever see that show?
Sure.
And she ends up being evil. So there's still this question. Anytime there's a good witch, if you will, right? I'm doing air quotes.
Air
Can you
quotes.
hear them? Okay. There's still a question is she really good?
Ooh.
Which I think is interesting.
Because I've actually heard Glinda, the good witch, was actually not.
Yes. Have you? Spoiler alert.
I have not seen Wicked. I want to
What?
wait until the second one comes out so I can watch them in succession.
I need a minute.
I know. I know.
But it's true. Yes. The question in Wicked, for anyone who hasn't seen it, is who is good and who is perceived as good.
Right.
And who is wicked and who is perceived as wicked. Because if you think about it, if you back up, I want you to, for a second, dear listener, put yourself in the Wicked Witch of the West's shoes, literally.
Yeah.
Okay? here you are, your sister has just had a house dropped on her, a horrible accident, and the only thing you have left of your sister, your beloved sister, is a pair of shoes, okay? And so you go there to get the shoes that remind you of your sister. And here your best friend in the whole wide world shows up, and the murderer of your sister who owns the house, accidental murderer, of course, let's give Dorothy a minute. She's like, oh, by the way, I know that you love your sister and this is all you have left of her, but I'm going to give those to Dorothy and send her off to the wizard, who you hate, by the way. Like, wouldn't you be kind of pissed?
Isn't the wizard Elphaba's dad, though?
I don't know. Oh, spoiler alert.
I'm sorry.
You're going to have to cut that
but,
part out.
But I did see the Wicked on stage.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, you know
right?
the story.
And the fact that it all comes together, and
Yes.
the Tin Man and the Scarecrow, and I was like,
Yeah,
what?
if for anyone who hasn't seen it.
And that's why she's green. And
Yes.
Oh my God, it was so cool.
It's if you're a Wizard of Oz fan, I highly recommend it. It doesn't fly in the face of. It just gives you something new to think about.
So
which I
much more
appreciate.
detail.
Yes. And I love, but we always go, oh, the witch is bad because she's gonna hurt Dorothy and she's gonna destroy, and she's got these flying monkeys and all that.
But what happened to the witch to make that even happen
How
to begin
did that
with?
make her bad? Now, if for anyone who hasn't seen Wicked or the musical or the film, there's also a book called Wicked, and that's what Wicked was based off of, a book by Gregory Maguire called Wicked. I read it 100 years ago. It is. I'm just gonna warn you guys. It is dark. Way darker than the film, way darker than the musical. I mean, you watch it.
I heard the original book was pretty damn dark too.
What are you talking about?
By
Wizard of Oz?
Yeah.
I mean, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
there's
either
some
way.
darkness. Yeah. But, I mean, that was originally supposed to be the first. Did you know that Wizard of Oz was the first American fairy tale?
Really?
Every other fairy tale was like Grimm's, Hans Christian
sure,
Andersen.
sure. Yeah,
Those
yeah.
were all from like Europe.
Yeah.
So Wizard of Oz
And
is
very grim, to be honest.
very grim
Yes.
and very dark.
Yeah.
It was a way that we could deal with bad things that happened.
Yeah.
That's how we help children deal with bad things that happened, right? And so Wizard of Oz was
Tell me more.
was the first American fairy tale.
I love that little
Isn't that cool?
tidbit.
Yeah, I'm a
The
huge
more you know.
So somewhere over the rainbow.
Right? I actually have a tattoo. This one.
You do.
Yeah, it's
She has
right
a rainbow
behind my ear.
She has a rainbow behind her ear.
Because somewhere over the rainbow, that's what it's for.
Yeah.
Because everything you need is somewhere over the rainbow, and it's right by my head, my brain.
Yeah, your
and
brain.
it's everything I need is
that's the
right
pot of
in here.
gold is at the end of the rainbow is
Yeah,
your brain.
so I have a little,
And your fantastic
a little
hair.
rainbow beautiful. Yeah, thanks to my therapist.
So anyway, yeah, sorry. I didn't. What
No
were we
sorries
talking
needed.
about?
See, we're gonna go back to witch.
Okay,
and
sorry.
different paths and all that jazz.
Oh, we were
got
talking
it
about good
sideways.
versus good versus evil, and how even in the media when they talk about the good witch, because you were talking about the evil versus the good, but even the good historically has been questioned. Is she really good though?
Sure.
Is he really good?
Yeah.
I mean, So that's
And that makes us as the media watchers question: is there a good witch at all? Ever?
Yes.
So that is also something subconsciously that was given to us.
Oh,
Good one.
thanks.
Good one,
Good catch.
Ace.
Thanks.
Son of a bee sting. So speaking of witches, and now what a witch is, witches.
yeah.
Sandwich, super
Sand-
cute by the way. There are millions and millions of different kinds of witches, and you can yourself probably go back to your childhood. I want you to just go back to your childhood, listeners and Ace.
Yep.
Go back to your childhood for a moment. I know we talked about this in the last episode. What the fuck is magic? If you haven't listened to it, go ahead and give it a jingle jangle. But as a child, what were you naturally drawn to, right? And what felt right to you, even though at the time maybe you felt like you didn't fit in because of it.
Oh my gosh.
Right? Think about were you one to go and look for natural treasures and gather rocks and leaves and sticks and all of these things and put them on your dresser, which you were making an altar without even knowing you were making a nature altar.
Oh my God. My brain just exploded.
Yeah,
I'm looking around my house, right? Because we're recording in my home right now in Minnesota, and I'm just looking around and I realize there are little altars everywhere, dude.
Oh yeah. I noticed
gosh.
that when I first came over here. Are
You
kidding
did?
me? Are you kidding me?
I mean, I have an
Your home
actual
is an altar.
It is. You're right. Everything is.
Yeah. This is my car is an altar.
I was just gonna say, Kitty showed me her car altar yesterday, and I was so inspired. It is beautiful, and it smells great in her car. By the way, if you
I just got a new cinnamon broom for my
did?
car, and it
You-
smells like cinnamon.
How big is it? Like a little
It's just
one?
a little baby guy, little baby besom.
I need a baby besom in mine. Okay.
Oh, you need a baby bosom?
Bosom. I mean, sure. Why not?
Hi. Did you talk to the animals? Did you talk to the moon? Yes. Did you talk to nature? Did you hug trees? Right? Did you were naturally inclined to commune with the energies of Gaia and felt really close to the seasonal changes of the year. You really felt, oh, fall is coming. I can smell it. I can feel it. Oh, or, gosh. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you knew that the world around you was full of, and still is full of, magic.
And can I just tell you, by you even describing all that stuff right now, my soul just literally took a huge sigh of relief.
Oh, good.
It did, because I just thought about, oh my gosh,
this has been inside you forever.
It's been inside all of us. If you look back and if you look back and you think about the little moments, you know, listening to the waves crash on the shore, or listening to the crickets outside, or the frogs singing at twilight, or just anything like the sounds, the sensual experiences. When I say sensual, I mean 5 senses.
1,000%. I know what sensual means. I'm a Taurus.
I know. But you know, even sensual has kind of a triggery word.
Oh yeah.
But to be able to trust those senses, the sights, the smells, the sounds, the tastes, right, of all of those things. You know what I was watching last night? So I have perimenopause. I caught the pause. I have it. I can't.
Not funny.
I tried to get rid. I decided I wanted to opt out. You can't.
Oh, for sure.
It turns out you
Control
can't.
Alt Delete.
Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do a major reset. I'm sorry. So I'm just going with it, I guess. But last night, so I get insomnia, and so last night, you know what I was doing? I was watching food porn.
I love food porn.
Okay, but. Do you want to know the best food porn?
What was it?
Italian food porn.
Oh, you are Italian. Of course you like Italian food porn. I am Italian.
I have a long Italian legacy that I'm so proud of. And my grandmother and my dad's side of the family was Italian, and we had tremendous, beautiful dinners. And watching the joy that these men, mostly men, but also women, showing during their them creating the things they created. And one guy in particular, I can't remember what his name is off the top of my head. I'm sorry, I can't, but maybe I'll link it sometime. But anyway, he was like, Italian food needs to be simple. It's simple ingredients. It's 5 ingredients. It's how you care for and the energy you infuse into. I'm like, that dude is a kitchen witch. The intuition,
absolutely.
And I just loved how that's a magic. That's a spell. That's a potion.
1,000%.
And so anything can really, this is a man who is committed, and the way he spoke about it, Italian men. I'm just going to say.
All right. Baba-da-boopy.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. So I think it just makes my soul relax to hear you talking about
what you used to do as your child. Yeah. And also for those children that, like I said, they didn't really fit in so much, maybe all of the magical things, like you and I have talked about the Dark Crystal and Labyrinth and the Never-Ending Story and Harry Potter and, you know, all of these magical things, practical magic, the craft, all of these movies, all of these books, the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, like all of these magical stories and books and just mythology. If mythology called you in, the stories of goddesses and deities and all of these, if they called you in, it's because you had a natural inclination to working with your own power, and seeing these examples made you feel more empowered. And I remember you said something in the last episode, like, I'd look at magic and be like, oh, that's cool, but it's not for me, or it's not attainable. Yeah. But those stories that just kept pulling you in and you kept going back to them made it seem and made it real that being a witch and magical was an attainable way of life.
Well, I think there was a knowing, right?
Very much so.
That there's a thread of knowing, of like, I know this is real. It has to be. Because how can there be so many stories about this and have it not be actually real? Okay, so how many of us, I don't know, how many of us have walked into a store and then, you know, the doors automatically open and we pretend we're using the force?
Richard does that every single time.
He's so fun. I love that.
He does it every single time, and it makes me giggle. It makes my little girl giggle.
That's so cute. But there was a little piece of us who, even next time you walk into a store and the thing opens, you're gonna be like, yeah, I did that. You know what I mean? Like, even though it was like, let's be honest, your body weight probably did that, but like, but it was the force. I'm here, and the door opened for me, and that's because I'm a magic being. And I think there's a piece of us who, deep down in our true hearts and psyches and souls, we know there's magic. Of course. And but do we have the courage to greet it and embody it and maybe not harness, but like maybe harness.
Hell yeah, harness.
Honor it.
Honor. Because I'm so glad you brought that up too, because, you know, identifying as a witch, and I wrote this, and it was a download for me. Identifying as a witch is a really powerful mindset. Like, it is a choice. It is a commitment.
Yeah.
It is a craft that you have to hone. Yeah. And above all, it's a privilege.
Oh my God, I love that.
It's a privilege, as it should. As it should. I'm not trying to should your pants, but it is a privilege to call yourself a witch.
Wow.
And embody that personal power.
Yes.
Because your practice can create so much room for expansion and understanding and connection with yourself as well as others. If you practice solitarily, you can do so much connection with yourself, but also that beautiful feeling of communing in a coven with others practicing their craft. Because as you and I have already discussed as well, is no witch is better than any other witch. You're all on different paths. You're all on different journeys. You all have your own traumas. You all have your own backgrounds. You all have your own upbringings. But some of us are just further along on a path with a lantern. Yeah. And we can light up something. And I feel like working along with other witches. And even in this podcast, when you're listening to our words, you're listening to our experience. And not an expertise per se, but expertise comes from experience. Yeah. And no witch is better than another.
No.
But also you can learn from and within one another.
Yes.
When you have these energies flowing back and forth. Because think about how much you can learn from bouncing up. Just you and I having a reflection conversation.
Yes.
I learn so much more reflecting back and forth.
Yes, me too.
Than I do from doing it all by myself.
Don't wanna be.
Right? And I feel like witchcraft, once you take on, and I don't want to call it a moniker. I don't want to call it a label because it is a choice. It's a privilege.
What about the mantle?
The mantle?
Is the mantle take on the mantle? I don't know. That feels like responsibility.
But that's what I'm saying. You nailed it. It's a responsibility. It's an accountability.
So you pick up the sword of the witch. You pick up the wand of the witch. You pick up the mantle of the witch.
Because you are taking on responsibility for your own actions and well-being within the privilege of being a witch. Yes. You are saying to yourself in that moment, I am the one that holds the power. Yeah. I am not giving my power away, baby.
Amen.
I am saying that I hold the power and then work along with the tools and the things that feel right to me. Whether that be Christianity, whether that be Hinduism, whether that be kitchen, whatever witch it may be, chickadee. You are taking on the power for yourself and utilizing your own power to make moves, make magic, and bend energy. Yep. And that is what a witch truly is to me, because you're doing it by intuitively taking care of yourself in whatever ways feel right to your soul and your growth.
Yes.
And that is what witching in a craft can truly create in your life.
I love that.
So that is where I sit with what witch means. And it is a way of seeing it that I hope others can start to embrace. Yeah. And instead of going along with what we were taught, per se, in the media of the bad witch, the evil crone, the cackling, and that's cute for the spooky season. It's cute for the stories and the movies and all this jazz. Yeah. But in all actuality, the foundation of a witch is an individual that is intuitively choosing to harness their own power and harness their inner knowing so that they can continue a journey of devotional growing.
Oh, beautiful. Well said.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Witch clap.
So then what does that look like exactly? I mean, you say witch intuitively taking care of themselves. So then I guess that's the question we could talk about. What exactly does that mean? People say taking care of yourself. I mean, yes, taking care of yourself is like get up, take a shower, feed yourself, work out, I don't know, whatever. But what else could
all of those things are a part of a craft if you do them with intention.
That's what I wanted to talk about.
Right.
Was the intention behind the
intention behind the things. That is what rituals become.
Okay.
When you do things with intention, take what you need, the rest you can leave. Always I say this. This is just my perspective. Mind space.
Okay.
When you begin to do everything in your life with intention, or most things in your life with intention, it is a practice of self-care.
Yep.
It is a practice of being in the moment instead of going through the motion.
Ooh, say it again.
It is a practice of being in the moment instead of going through the motion.
How many of us are going through the motion right now? Okay, remember how we talked about scrolling last week?
Yeah.
Talk about scrolling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know how many people reached out to me about that?
Tell me.
Yeah, like my girl in Germany.
Yeah.
She reached out to me and she's like, "Oh my God, like I almost want to read her message verbatim." Simona, I'm gonna read you a message. Hold on, girl. Hold
Speaking
the phone.
of which, while she's looking, I just wanted to say that Kitty shared with me some of your guys' kind comments in response to our last podcast, and I just feel so lovely and welcomed here. You guys have to understand, I don't know if I mentioned this in my last podcast, in our last episode, but like, to be here with you and with Kitty is such an honor. I have to tell you, like, never in my wildest dreams when I first started listening to this podcast, like over a year ago, did I envision I would be sitting across from the Kitty D and getting to speak in this space. Like, it's just an incredible, like,
your energy has changed.
It has.
Absolutely.
It has. And to be in this space, and this for me is an act of self-care, because, or an act of taking care of myself, because I'm devoting every time we get together, I'm devoting this time. I mean, I prepared my house for this.
Mm-hmm.
I prepared tea for this. We always drink tea when we talk on the podcast,
and pull cards,
and we have crystals here, and we have all the 4 elements. In fact, last time I put together a little mini altar for this, and I realized I inadvertently brought the 4 elements in. Mm-hmm. And I just thought, oh wow, that's cool. I didn't even mean to, but I did, and so now I'm intentionally doing that. So
now it's become a ritual
and more powerful in
Very much.
succession. But anyway, I wanted to just say thank you for your kind comments, and I'm just looking so forward to meeting everyone and interacting with you guys. So thank you again. I'm honored.
1,000%.
Anyway, please.
Speaking of that, actually, I wanted to create a space for people to meet you, and I was thinking about doing
a world tour. Okay,
hell yeah, someday, baby, someday. But I know I wanted to get together around Samhain, because that is our Witches' New Year.
Yes, it is.
I wanted to get together around Samhain, maybe do a ritual together. Maybe do like a nice little, MagicisMessy Coven style connect where, people, we just all get together and join and, hey, how you doing? And where are we coming from?
Are you thinking digitally or?
Digitally.
Okay.
Yes. So everyone around the world can do it.
Oh my gosh.
Because that's my favorite thing in the world.
Yes, let's.
Yeah. So in essence, world tour. Yes. In essence, it's a ritualistic world tour with intention. So I'll be putting out a Samhain get together for us to just commiserate and commune and connect and camaraderie
converse.
And converse.
And other see things.
And I was going to say, and see what I'm doing there. You got me. You caught the tater. Okay. So Simona, my little witchlet beauty, she has a witchlet in her belly. And Simona was like, damn, you got me right in the soft spot with the doom scrolling devil. She said, with me, the worst part is that somehow I've managed to convince myself that it counts as, air quotes, productivity, because it keeps my account more active. But it's true that we're wasting our most precious resource in giving out power. And the whole thing, I just made it so we can't put those parameters like long term. And she's saying it takes a crazy Zen master level of self-control to not just hop on here to answer a quick message and not check the feed.
Oh my God.
And she's just saying that maybe a doom scrolling challenge of listen, how can you put parameters and structure around your scroll hole?
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot more people do it than maybe are.
This feels like a conversation to have with a number of people. So
very
maybe
much
we could
so.
Create some kind of a poll or a space maybe on social media. Send, damn it, we're back in it again. They're just so. Send an owl.
Smoke signals, anything?
My husband would be like, why are there so many fucking owls here?
From around the world.
My dog and cat will be like, why is this happening?
This is amazing. No, but there's got to be some way, and I know that there are there's school. There's ways that you're not on social media per se, but or like group me. For the 1 Year Witch Coven, I have a group me where it's just us. And when you check that, the only thing you're getting is what's going on in that group.
Me. Is it so? It's like a excuse me. It's like a social media without having the social media.
Bingo.
Okay.
It's just us.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe we can create something so we can have this conversation because I feel like this is definitely something that we can create together.
1,000%.
About how do we detox off of.
And I think having like a monthly one of these, a monthly challenge, so to speak, would be super rad.
Yeah.
So we're going to be looking into. We're literally coming up with this on the motherfucking fly on your broomstick.
But
this
it's so funny because
on.
it's like how do we get people to not scroll but still follow us?
Because grouping is not attached to Facebook or Instagram or whatever.
No, I'm just talking about following us on social media though, because what we're trying to do right now with the podcast and with the way that things are changing is we're trying to reach out to as many people as possible. And the reality is that social media is the way
party.
To do it. That's the party everyone's at.
It's the vehicle.
So, but how can we create boundaries? I love that because so I have 3 teenagers, okay? And I'm just going to tell you that this is like my lifetime legacy right now in our life. Like our number one thing is how do we teach our children how to be responsible and be on their phones and be on social media, but not be destroyed by it.
Right. Oh, goddess damn it.
Okay. And so that is what our challenge is right now. And even last night, my husband came up with a new plan. I swear it's just changing every week. Every week we're like, okay, that didn't work. So and it is exhausting. Don't have teenagers. Just don't.
Too late.
Just when they're 10, send them out in the world. That's fine.
Okay.
They did that shit in the American Revolution. In the French Revolution, that seemed to work well, didn't it?
Sure.
I don't know. But to be able to, how do I empower my children? How to harness the power of the social media without being destroyed by it? So
being enveloped and eaten up by it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think
because think about how easy it is for us to be eaten up by it.
Gosh.
Totally.
Food porn. Hello.
God, yeah.
But also
insomnia.
Also.
You could have been doing something totally worse than that.
I was gonna say. I learned so many recipes last night, dude. Like we're gonna have just this whole.
I was gonna say, where's the smorgasbord? Where's all the grub-a-dub-dubs?
Okay, next week.
Perfect.
Okay. So anyway, I'm sorry. Getting back to whatever it was we were talking about.
Getting back to witches. What the fuck is a witch?
What the fuck is a witch? Okay. So let me share. Okay. So I'm a hairstylist. You learned this in the last episode, and so right now my studio is called Magic Hour, and I've been doing hair for 26 years. I've moved. My husband was in the Navy, so we moved around the country. I've done hair in many different parts of the country. So I've always kind of every 3 years started my business, my practice, my business over again. In the past 10 years, I have been rooted in Minnesota. I've been rooted here in Minnesota now for about 18 years, but I've been rooted in my current space for 10 years. So in essence, I walked away from the man.
Got you. The
and
patriarchy.
The patriarchy and the business of making money for someone else. Okay.
Got you.
And I stepped into the glory, the responsibility of being my own business owner 10 years ago. Okay. So that's where I'm at. 2 years ago, I moved into the space I'm in now with my business.
It's beautiful.
And thank you so much. And it's called Magic Hour, and I changed the decor. So it's very spiritual in there. I was inspired by Custer State Park in South Dakota and how beautiful and how I thought I wish I could have a salon in the middle of the woods in Custer State Park.
Yeah.
And so I kind of inspired my hair space around those kinds of things. And so I've got magical lights and candles that I can't burn because
I got you.
But crystals and potions and little
tea station.
Yeah, a tea station. Things that feel magical to me, so that my clients can come, if you will, into the woods and enjoy to be cared for by a witch who creates potions and makes their hair like cranberries and hazelnut brown and chocolate and all of those things. And so that's what I'm trying to create for my space, which is in Coon Rapids.
You're not trying, you do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And so and I am taking.
So you were a witch before you even.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's like, even though my salon was called Magic Hour, even though I had all of these things around me, it was still like I would look at my clients and be like, yeah, I'm a hairdresser, and that's all. And because, but it's like, look around though.
Yeah.
So I have clients in my chair who might look at being a witch as like, burn the witch, you know what I mean? Like that. I don't think anybody would actually be like that, because that's what we're taught. So in essence, I've been witching out of the side of my mouth.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Do you get that?
You're not sure.
Yeah. Do you follow? So it's like I've been like doing my hair and doing the things, but at the same time with all of this witchy energy around me, still doing my work, still caring for people, still doing my hair magic, if you will, life magic, all of the tea magic, all of the magic, but not saying it's magic, not saying I'm a witch doing hair.
Because you're afraid of it?
Because I'm afraid. And that's what
we're getting into next.
That's what we need to talk about.
Right.
Because I will
Can you be a witch without saying you're a witch?
Right.
Because you obviously have been doing it all already. And also, and this is a question for the listeners too. Like, we want your feedback.
Yeah.
By the way, shout out to all the people that are reaching out on Spotify and all that jazz.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I can't even tell you. And that is actually taking the doom scroll away from me. I will check the Spotify for Creators app before I go and check Facebook.
Amen.
To see if people are talking or listening or whatever. Like, that's become my new addiction.
Okay, so write it down, because tiny side bay, we're getting back to that, but write down that when you quit something, right? When you give up an addiction, you can't just say, I'm never going to do that again. Okay? You have to do something else.
In its place.
You
have to fill that energy with something intentional.
So I think doom scrolling is something, okay, fine. Don't, say don't doom scroll. That's a terrible thing to do. And then all you do is sit around, I can't doom scroll. But it said, okay, fine. If you're going to scroll, find something healthy to scroll.
Sure.
Okay? So that, I love that. I just want to say, I said, write it down.
So please know that you are taking the space of doom scroll devil and filling it with super rad, awesome sparkle energy.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah. And you are by us reading and getting that feedback and embodying that and feeling that is taking the place of doom scrolling. And I think that that's something, if we do decide to do this challenge, when we decide to do this challenge,
love your
then to remember that we can't just not do something, we have to do something else.
So I think the question that we want to ask, and please let me know on Spotify, let me know at MagicisMessy.com. There's a way that you can reach out that way, MagicisMessy@gmail.com. You can reach out in a multitude of different ways. DM me on Instagram, DM me on Facebook, whatever. And let us know, can you still be a witch without saying you are a witch? And if you do say you're a witch, what caused that power change in you? Yes. What made you decide to say, I am standing in this power and I'm letting people know? Yes. Because I will say one of the most powerful moments of my life.
Yeah, I want to hear your story.
Was when I started telling people, straight up, now tell me, Paula, I am a witch.
Okay.
And sometimes they looked at me like, ooh, I don't know if I want to hang out with you anymore. And that's great because you're not my people. You ain't my peeps.
Yeah.
But also the power of what it feels like. I even tell my granddaughters. I literally just said it the other day to my 2-year-old granddaughter.
I'm a witch.
I'm a witch. You knew that, right? And she's like, oh yeah, I knew that. She didn't say it like that. Obviously, she's 2. But my granddaughters know that I'm a witch, and they draw pictures. They draw pictures of Glamma Kitty, and I have witch hats on and brooms, and like they are so in it.
Changing the narrative for those little girls.
Very much so, and I'm so proud and honored and privileged.
You know, I think a great conversation to have with those little girls. I mean, I'm just spitballing this right now. Is like when you watch a story, a Disney movie with a scary witch, like. What do you think? Why do you think she's evil?
Sure.
You know, why do you think that Ursula the Sea Witch, you know, what do you think is behind that? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and like,
totally.
To be able to talk about that now, of course, a 2-year-old's going to be like, I don't know, because she's friggin' Ursula the Sea Witch. But like, those are
her unfortunate souls.
She stole Ariel's voice. Think about that. Think about the imagery
and did she
behind
steal
that.
Ariel's voice because she never had her own to speak? You know what I'm trying to say? Boom, bam, pow. She never had strength in her own to speak her truth.
Okay.
And la-di-da-di-dibby-dabby-doo.
Another episode, deconstructing witches.
Deconstructing the Disney witch. I'm writing it down right now. But no, going back to, you know, reaching out to us and letting us know, because I want to call out your answers. Like I said, Simona just told me this is what her doom scroll was. And I want to have these conversations and bring all of you into it. So please feel free to reach out to us. Tell us what you think. Is it possible to be a witch without saying you're a witch? And you've already just said yes because you created Magic Hour with intention and you're living the life and you're doing the rituals. Yep. But does it make you feel more powerful? And what is stopping you from saying, yes, I'm a witch?
Okay, let me back up a little bit. So again, we go back. So we go into we go, so like, for example, when we talked about the Buffy witch, right, Willow,
Yes,
and
yes.
and we talk about witchcraft being like, we talked about witchcraft being like a kind of a synonym or a metaphor for being homosexual, okay, to being a lesbian, and I liked how they brought that into the story, but also currently, one of the things that I've been playing around with as far as coming out, okay, is being a Swiftie. Okay, so let's just talk about that for a
Swiftie's
second.
a witch.
Okay,
Swift is a witch.
She's 100% a witch.
Ooh.
Like, she's, like, the woman has
The
power.
man child, the way she bends energy.
Yeah, she's,
Girl,
with,
holla,
with
holla.
the numbers and the colors.
Her name was
and-
Kitty.
I know you love that
Oh,
song.
I love that song.
So anyway, but to be able to go out and say I'm a Swiftie. Now we've talked about how you and I are in the music world, okay? And with that comes some kind of, in any culture that you find yourself in, this is a good thing and this is a bad thing. This is an honorable thing. This is a smart thing. This is an intelligent thing. You're a better musician if you do this. You're a better musician if you do that. And to be able to acknowledge, like, hey, I really enjoy Taylor Swift, either as a person or her music or her whatever business or her energy or whatever it is.
Totally.
And to be able to say, what exactly is a Swiftie? Okay. Well, I'm not a Swiftie, but I hear a lot of that. I'm not a Swiftie, but why can't you be a Swiftie? What the fuck?
What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with being a Swiftie. What the fuck? I had somebody say, well, I'm not a Swiftie, but here's what I see and blah, 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 and X, blah, 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 blah,
Is it
blah,
because it's a label that is semi-negative? Like,
yes.
what?
Rooted in some kind of shame? Shame.
Oh.
She just melted on the floor.
Shame! I did. I melted into a puddle. I'm melting!
I was waiting for that to come.
Were you?
I melt on the floor.
But why do you now say you're a Swiftie? And why do you feel like that's an empowering word? Do you feel like you're labeling yourself? Do you feel like you're putting yourself in a box?
Oh,
like
fuck
what? Oh. Do not yell at me.
I mean, because here's the thing. What is a Swiftie? Does anybody even know what a Swiftie is? Everybody has their own perception of being a Swiftie. Yes. Much like
a witch.
Thank you. So that is one of the things. So I have been practicing saying I'm a Swiftie, and people are going, "Oh, so you would like buy all her merch?" No, I would be. Do you buy all of her merch? Do you buy every iteration of every album she dropped? Would you sell your car, your children, your dog to go to the Eras tour? Would you blah 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 blah? No.
Is that what people think Swifties are?
I don't know.
Good goddess.
I mean, there are people like that, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I get
Thank you for. I just want to call out that every single time you have said "but," you have changed it to "and," and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Yes.
I don't believe in butts. Unless they're
I like
big.
big butts.
Unless they're big.
You could do sign benzo sit-ups.
But please don't lose that.
Girl. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay.
So I just wanted to call you out and acknowledge you. I think that's rad.
I think there's power. That is, I think, one of my first magic spells, my first word spells, have always been to switch to "and." I actually learned that in therapy. Because it can be both.
I love it.
It can be both. So that's our first spell. Change "but" to "and."
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. So a Swiftie can be whatever we decide it is.
Of course.
It can be a person that buys every single cardigan and every single iteration.
Or it can be someone that really, really loves the album and listens to the words and literally puts them into their soul and learns things from them.
Or it could be somebody who doesn't listen to the album at all because they don't care for her music, but they believe in her and what she's doing for the world.
Bingo.
And so therefore, isn't that the same? If I replaced every single thing I said with witch instead of Swiftie, right? Mm-hmm. Then it's the same, right? So I'm practicing being a Swiftie and watching people's reactions. That is another thing. I fear people's reactions.
Okay.
I fear people going,
hello, human.
Yeah, hello, human. I love how you say that. You've called me on that a couple times, and I love that.
It's true.
It immediately takes the shame out of it. But for me to be sitting across from my client who's a pastor, or my children, or my clients who are children, who like, do I say I'm a witch in front of other people's children? Is that okay? Etc. So to be able to say that, I fear that somebody says, well, I'm so sorry, I don't believe in what you believe, so I can't come see you. Which again, we've already decided if that's the case, that's fine. Mm-hmm. Okay, because then they're not my people, not my clients. Because then you're going to
leave energy for someone who is going to see you for exactly you are. Yes,
exactly. And yet, stepping off the ledge and trusting that.
Oh, like the fool.
Yes.
In the tarot.
Excuse me. stepping off the ledge and knowing there will be a net will appear, leap and the net will appear,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
And knowing that that's the case, knowing that when I say, hey, I'm a Swiftie, that other people will go, me too. I've been afraid to say it, you know?
Sure.
And
giving them permission to feel safe around you.
yes. So that being said, am I going to run outside and have witch tattooed on my naked body and run around the yard and say, I'm a witch, everybody just look at me?
I have witch tattoos.
I mean, I know, and they're beautiful. But if I say those things and I run around outside, like, will I jump off that ledge today? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, doing this and sharing this kind of stuff with my clients and on my social media and all of that stuff.
This is making you look down the ledge, I'll tell you that.
That's right.
This is you getting ready to fly on your broomstick.
Right. And so again, practicing being a Swiftie has been my first step in acknowledging who I am and what it is.
Sure.
And what I
And what
believe
that
in.
process feels like.
Yes.
Because the way that you look at the word Swiftie is a lot different than other people look at the word Swiftie.
Yeah. For me, looking at Swiftie, the second I stepped into and embraced or came out as a Swiftie, as it were, the second I did that, I have to tell you, I was embraced by a legion
I bet.
of Swifties. I was now part of something bigger. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, just side bay, I get it. I get it. If you're on the ledge about being a Swiftie, just jump, dude.
And same can be said with
Millions
witch.
of women will catch you.
Same can be said with witch.
Yes.
If you are on the ledge about becoming a witch, because I can honestly
saying
say,
you're a witch.
I can honestly say, when I came out with this podcast and I was like, yo, this is what I believe in, this is what I practice, this is who I am, this is where I'm from, this is what I love to talk about.
Yeah.
The outpouring of people that are like, man, I get it.
Yeah.
I'm there with you. Yeah. This is awesome. Thank you for speaking your truth. Thank you for saying to me what I feel in a different way.
Yeah.
Or thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
And that's what happens when you stand in the power of being who you truly are.
Yeah.
That vulnerability, that accountability, that privilege.
I had somebody say, and again, I'm not going to belabor this, but I want to say one more time because this was the magic in this moment, okay? This is when I jumped off the ledge. Somebody said, I don't get Taylor Swift. I don't get her albums. I don't get it, okay? And somebody responded, that's because you don't need her yet.
Oh!
And that's the moment that I went,
Wow.
holy shit. And then I realized that this new album that she just came out with at this time, Life of a Showgirl, is her 12th album. And I started listening to it. I'm like, why am I so drawn to this? Aside from the catchy bops, right? But then there was some poetry in there that really spoke to me, spells, if you will. And I remember going, holy shit, she wrote this for me. She didn't. She wrote it for herself. But it's speaking to me.
She wrote it for the people that need it in that moment.
Right. Who's ultimately her.
Right.
And that we can get on board
And she's
with that.
spilling her energy, and the energetic exchange and the reflection that you're
Yes.
getting is now helping you through.
And again, we can use the word Swiftie for anything.
Sure.
Right? We could use it for help me out. I mean, it could be like I don't get football. Okay? That's a really good example. I just literally don't get it. Like I don't get it. But there's trillions of people that get football. And just that's a whole ritual in itself. Can we just talk about that? Football is a ritual. It is a thing.
I'm about to marry a head football coach.
Yes,
Girl,
you
I
are.
am aware.
I know you are in it. You are in
Very
it.
much so.
Well, didn't you do football when you were a kid? Like not you didn't do it, but you were like part
I was
of...
the manager of the football team in high school.
Okay. Yeah. See? So
And my now fiance was the head coach of my football team in high
okay, so
school.
that's just a spell right there.
I loved him then, and I love him now.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yep.
So let me ask you, why did you choose that? Were you into football before? Because like, how old were you?
I was 17, 18.
Okay. So why did 17, 18-year-old Kitty say, I think I'm going to be the assistant coach?
Well, it was so weird because someone that I had never met, because I went to a brand new high school. So I went to Anoka for 2 years, and then my junior year of high school, Andover High School opened.
Okay.
So I was a junior with no senior class.
Okay.
So my senior year, someone that I had never met before, a girl named Amanda, came up to me and she's like, hey, do you want to be a football manager with me? And I was like, what is a football manager? No idea.
Okay.
But then we met Coach Wilkie.
Okay.
And I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the team. I fell in love with the energy and the vibration around what being on a football team was, being a part of a team truly, truly meant. Wow. I fell in love with the culture of what football gave these growing men.
Yeah.
And at my me growing as well, and
Yes.
and what it meant to
Be a part of the energy of that.
Because the football managers are the ones that pumped up the helmets and had the asthma inhalers and ran them water during timeouts, and we were nurturing this team in the feminine empowerment way.
Yes.
And that's what, to me, being a manager meant.
So again, is looking at football from the person I call it sports ball, because I literally don't even know any sports at all. I'm just not a sports person. So, but again, stepping into that piece of it, going, this is a ritual that so many people. And you know what gets me? Okay, so the team that our state is the Minnesota Vikings. And and again, not a sports ball fan, not a football person. That is the spell.
That's
magic right there. Okay, so
when you see an entire stadium doing the Skol chant, it is electrifying.
I bet it is.
It is. The energy is insane.
Okay, but here's the other piece of it. Every year, and I have clients in my chair that come sit in my chair, and they're just like, football season, I'm so jazzed, I'm doing this. I'm going to speak to it. Please feel free to just corral me as you will, but because I know I'm coming into, it's like someone coming into the Swiftie room going, why does she do this and why does she do that? It's like, excuse me, you know what I mean? Like, okay, so
you're just further along on the path with a lantern.
Okay, so
that's
just
all.
Again, hold me carefully here, but I'm just saying. So I'm learning that the Minnesota Vikings usually come flying out of the gate with just all this, it's amazing, and everybody gets all excited. And every year, all the fans are like, "This is it. We're gonna get to the end of the culmination. The Super Bowl is ours." And then there's always there's one game that specifically they kind of, they kind of fall down.
So what I'm hearing you say is there are spells, but yes, there is a curse.
Okay. Yes. Thank you for saying it. I didn't want to. I'm sitting across from.
We almost
a little
always
afraid of her right now. I don't want her to be.
Almost always win.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
So there has been, if you will, a curse right there at that doorway, if you will,
for lack of a better word. Yes.
And then I would listen to my clients and my friends and my people that are into this kind of ritual and this kind of magic, who go through the emotions of the disappointment, they hit the curse again, right? But then next season, yes, we are gonna win it this year.
Totally.
And it all the years I've lived in Minnesota, every year, these people, they get excited like Taylor Swift just dropped an album. Yeah, they're like, this is the year.
They are Vikings fans.
They are.
Not a Swiftie, they are a Vikings fan.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. And I love how Vikings fans are so positive, and they just put everything into it, and they truly believe this is the fucking
Now imagine,
year.
I just want you to fucking imagine, if they took all of that energy of truly believing in this team that is separate from them and put that energy into believing in their own power.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you.
So to wrap it back to...
Yeah, let's do that.
To wrap it back to... whatever you put your energy into is something that gives you enjoyment. It gives you vibrance. It gives you life. Yeah. Being a witch is taking all of that energy and all that vibrance and all of that life and siphoning it into yourself. And not giving the power to someone else to win the game for you. You are playing the game on your own terms and playing your own motherfucking game.
Yes. Hell
so, play the game or stay the same.
Thank you.
Is pretty much what it is.
Speaking of games, is that too much of a segue?
Oh, no.
Okay.
The moon board game?
Yes.
Yeah, here's the Aries one. There's another one coming out for the new moon in Libra.
So can we very quickly talk about, I want to talk about this again. So Kitty has created a bingo card, if you will, but instead of bingo, B-I-N-G-O, it's M-A-G-I-C.
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 And magic was its game-o, game-o. All right.
Okay. And so for the Aries, and so you can get this on the MagicisMessy website.
Correct.
You can download a digital version of this. And I just love this. I have to tell you, and you made this in an effort to make this fun, to make this accessible, to remind you that these are the things you can do to honor the current moon phase we're in. And I just love this so much. So I have to tell you, I have been looking at all of these things, and Like I'm in total blackout mode. Like I'm trying to black this sucker out. Like you can do it all.
Oh, you're one of them bitches.
I want to suck every piece of energy from the full moon in Aries and all the full moons.
And use it to your advantage. Yeah,
and I do. And I have been. Can we talk about what's spicy moon water?
Spicy moon water. Yeah, I said that in a little cayenne, little ginger.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Because you're using the spices of both the Libra.
But don't wash your face with it.
No, I would. I mean, if you want a little fire.
Why is your face so red? Yeah.
Ginger water.
But yeah, so I love all of the things that you added on here. And it's just been such a fun thing. This week I took one of the things is to take an intentional full moon bath. And while it wasn't on the full moon, I took a bath the other night with the intention of releasing and cleansing and softening and doing all the things, and just a very, like, my energy needed it. And I have to tell you that I found some bath fizz in the back of my closet. I'm like,
nice.
And I was like, I'm going to put some of this in here. And then I have a jacuzzi bathtub, and it filled up, and I was up to my neck in bubbles. And I have to tell you, there is nothing more magical than having 5 inches of bubbles covering your entire.
Glorious.
It was so good. And I made my kids clean it up the next day, so it was great. But yeah, I have to tell you, this has been so much fun. I wonder how many of your listeners have done this? Who are doing this magic board?
Yeah, I've had quite a few people go on and grab it.
Okay.
And actually, I'm glad you brought this up, because at the moment it's like $3.
Okay.
Right? Which, kick in the bucket.
Kick in the bucket.
What I'd like to do though is do it by donation.
Oh, I love
because
that.
There are some people that actually came to me and they're like, I kind of want to pay you more energy for this. And the simple fact that when you are, kind of like ping pong. We always talk about ping pong with the universe.
Yeah.
When you put an action step out there, the universe will then be able to play the game with you.
Absolutely.
And they're like, I want to put more energy into this game board. I want to feel like it is more valuable.
Okay.
And I want to show you that I value you as well.
Yes.
And there are some people out there that are like, you know what, $3, I can't swing it right now.
Yeah.
So maybe $1 or what have you. But I want to make it so it's an open, energetic exchange. Yeah. Because I feel like there are people out there that want to put more energy into their practice, and giving them the opportunity to do that.
And you guys, it was so fun.
I used to do the path workings by donation.
Yes, I love that. And I think sharing energy in that way is such a wonderful way for, well, I mean, that's just what we do. That's our culture, right? I mean, people come in and they get their hair done, and we do life magic and we do hair magic, and then they share their financial energy with their money energy with me in an effort for me to be able to pay my bills. But the end of this, but I just have to tell you, this was so
But how
fun.
much value do they put on your time? How much value do they put into taking care of their hair that they just have energetically exchanged in that way?
Yes.
And on top of that, it was actually going to be a surprise in the next New Moon Libra episode, but anyone that gets the PDF of that full moon or new moon or whatever gets thrown into the witch's hat for a tarot reading.
Fun!
Yeah. So,
I love that.
So if you donate, if you throw it down, if you want to put this in your practice and utilize this game, so to speak, you are now being put in the witch hat for a tarot reading.
And let me just tell you guys, from anyone who has not received a tarot reading from Kitty D, I have to tell you, she is fucking phenomenal.
Thank you.
If anybody, if I were to describe Kitty to somebody as my friend and as a podcaster here, I would say she's absolutely a master of the tarot. I think you are a tarot witch. And I've actually referred you to people, so you might be getting phone calls.
Yeah, I already have.
Oh, you have? Good?
I
okay. To do, I know you do things like parties and what have you, but the reality is to be able to do this as an act of self-care, to invest in a tarot practice, or to invest in a reading by a professional of Kitty's caliber, is unbelievably life-changing. I still have clients who have gotten tarot card readings from Kitty and have been like, I think about it all the time.
I feel like it's a form of therapy.
It is a form.
I know it's a form of therapy.
It's revealing. Can you very just quickly tell me what tarot exactly is for anybody who might not really understand it? No, well, like I think so like tarot cards, right? So some people go, well, I don't want to know the future. I don't know when I'm going to die. Okay, so can you clarify just very quickly?
I don't feel like the tarot tells you a future per se. It tells you what your future can be. I feel like it, using visual cues, tells you what you already know to be true, but you need to be reminded because a lot of the times, we get stuck in our own, like, I know I need to work on this, but being told by someone separate from you in a way that is enjoyable and fun is almost like a kick in the ass, or a light bulb moment, or a fire starts.
Or in my case, I feel like a mirror.
Very much so.
Yeah.
The tarot is used as a mirror, and I'm just the messenger of that mirror.
Right.
To give the message to you in a way that hopefully hits you in a way that makes you want to continue your work on yourself.
I have to tell you that when I first met Kitty, she didn't, because we didn't know each other very well. She came and got her hair done with me, and we traded services. She did a tarot reading, and I did some hair for her, and that was really fun and really special. But I have to tell you, my first reading with her blew my mind. I was like, shut up. How do you even know that? So, like, I know some people have been, well, tarot card reading, cold reading, and all that stuff. And it's
is that what they sound like?
Grumble. Like the teacher and the
I got you.
Okay, so but it was spot on. And I remember one time we hosted a spirit walk here. My husband is a medium, and I'm a little bit of a medium as well. I'm honing my skills. And remember, we hosted you to do tarot card readings, and everyone who received a reading that day, still to this day, tells me about how incredible and spot fucking on.
Oh, that's very nice.
You were.
Thank you.
So, yes.
Thanks for sharing that.
So I just wanted to say that in response to this, because you were saying anyone who purchases a magic board or exchanges energy for a magic board will get thrown into the witch's hat for a free tarot card reading.
Correct.
So I love that.
Correct.
I think that person, whoever wins it,
and that is my way of saying thank you for trusting me with your practice by playing the game.
Yeah.
By igniting your inner child.
Yes.
And also because I love doing tarot. I absolutely adore it.
And just spot on. Spot on. She's so good.
Thank you.
So
to wrap it up,
yeah.
What is the call to action?
Well, I mean,
I would love for people to
come out of the broom closet.
To tell everybody you're a witch.
To tiptoe out. Paint your face in green, maybe.
I don't know about
however you need it to be.
It is Halloween season.
I mean,
season.
If anyone's going to come out as a witch, October 31st is a good day to start.
It's a great day to start. That's when I started this podcast to begin with. In 2019, I started this podcast.
You did?
I did. I told you that last time. I started the Magic Moon Phase. The Magic Motherfucker. I started Magic Moon Phase, Magic MF.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And I started it on Samhain of 2019.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I think my personal call to action is going to be to start to move towards coming out of the broom closet. And I know that there's...
And maybe just simmering in what's stopping you.
There you go.
What's getting in the way of. Why does telling the world you're a witch or embracing that accountability and that privilege, that honor, what's getting in the way of that? Yeah. And also let us know, write us on Spotify, write us on whatever, so we can call you out in the next episode. Like what kind of witch do you know you are?
Yes.
And how do you feel about communing with other witches? And what does a witch mean to you?
Yes, I love that.
Because to us, as you know, it means a woman intuitively taking care of herself.
Yeah.
And that to me is an acronym that is so dear to my heart. Because it's an act of self-care every single day by showing up and being present instead of moving through the motions.
And it's such a bold thing to say that, because when I brought that up to a couple of my clients, I said, I'm part of this podcast, and it's about, and I don't even know if it's about witchcraft, but it's about, magic, I think. And I said, witch is woman intuitively taking care of herself. And every single one of my clients looked so sparkled and enchanted about that. They were like, oh, that makes sense. And I was like, yeah, it does make sense. So I think I've been a witch for a long time.
You think?
I have.
I know that I was born a witch.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think that there's a lot of us out there that are still just percolating.
Yeah.
Just brewing.
It's time for the percolating.
Just regulators regulate.
Mount up.
Mount up.
Mount the broom. Mount up. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
At dawn.
Yes.
We fly at dawn.
We fly at dawn. Ladies and gentlemen, sisters and misters, witches and wizards, friends, lovers, sisters and brothers, that is our episode for What the Fuck is a Witch. Thank you for listening to our super cool kid conversations. We appreciate your time, your energy, and the exchange that we are getting. So join the conversation. Reach out to us on Spotify, over email, on the website, on social media, all that jazz. If you see our stories or you see new things, just reach out, take a moment. and exchange energy with us, because we truly, truly
love to hear
adore learning about you, learning from you, and being in space with such awesome energies.
And thank you again, as always.
Thank you, Ace.
I'm so grateful.
We'll see you next time. Ready? We'll seal the intention.
Sealing intention.
Go. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, and we will see you very, very soon for the next moon.